We're playing to a different generation. I'm not marketing and selling wine to my parents anymore because they don't drink that much. And I'm not really afraid of like ruffling the feathers. I mean, there's such competition in the wine business, you know, what are you going to do to stand out anyway? You know, you can be like everybody else and try to stand in that crowd, but in order to be a flare in the night, you got to be a little bit different. And it's been nothing but successful, so let's push the envelope and do things differently. Let's push people in a new direction, let's turn them on to something new, then you've got an audience.
A key element in creating this very different style of wine business is marketing. Christian uses the bottles, labels and packaging of his wines in a radical, highly unorthodox way.
They violate every rule of marketing. You know, they're completely different packaging. Only on the back label does it say at one little place, Four Vines Winery. But you know, people seek it out because it's wild, because it's crazy. It's like, it's got my tattoo on the label. This is, you know, the anarchy symbol was tagged all over New York City and the UK in the late 70s and was a complete movement against, you know, the corruption of society and whatnot. And it really stood out to me as like shaking the roots of the core institution of what the wine business was. Here's something totally different, in your face, deal with it, you know?
As for Christian himself, he isn't sure that the Paso Robles region can monopolize the cutting edge forever, but feels being a trailblazer has been its own reward.
It's just a matter of time before other regions find what they're going to do and get cutting edge and excel. But it's that discovery process, and it's the public having to be willing to go and adventure and do that. You know, the standard MO, the people that are always pushing the envelope are always going to have the best time. The guys that write the travel books, that everybody else is going to then go and beat that path down, okay? They're the ones that found the magic. So it's about finding the magic, whether it's in restaurants, whether it's in making wine, drinking wine, whether it's in travel or it's experiencing life. Definitely go the road less traveled. You will have a better experience.
This is the central coast of California. One of its main cities is Santa Barbara, and where Paso Robles is the epicenter of a new frontier in wine, Santa Barbara has become an important center for a new food movement. The slow food movement is a reaction to fast food. It started in Europe, and here in Santa Barbara, it's actually a woman from France who's one of its most passionate advocates.
Slow food is only important if you care about your quality of life. Okay, so I grew up in a family where we had very few luxuries. We were a working class French family, and food, you know, good food and sitting together with our family and friends and eating together and drinking good wine and laughing together was really our only luxury. And then I came here to the richest country in the world, and I saw how people were eating. And I went, wait a minute, you know, you guys have the worst food I've ever tasted. It doesn't make sense. You've got all this money, what are you doing with it? And what slow food does is that it brings us back to these really simple values of, you know, conviviality and togetherness and the rhythm of the seasons and paying attention to where our food comes from and the biodiversity and the history that's associated with the culinary traditions.
Laurence doesn't just talk the talk about slow food. In a quintessentially Californian enterprise, she has started a business called Market Forays. For $135 per person, she teaches customers how to shop for good food, and then how to prepare and eat it.
We start at 8 o'clock at the harbor, and we go and see what fresh seafood is available. And, you know, go and bring breakfast to the fishermen. Hey, Sam, did you want one?
Thank you, Ross. And
I'll share one more. You kids can split one.
Thank you very much.
Always look forward to coming around with your basket.
Yeah, always goodies.
They're
in
not
there.
heavy like Winchell's.
No, no. This is French pastry.
These are really nice light.
12 sharks, spider crabs, and there's an octopus in here.
I'm always amazed at how much has been forgotten in a couple of generations. Year-round fisheries They're available throughout the year, and I think they're better than Dungeness. Really sweet meat. And today we're just going to steam the claws and then chill them and have them with a little lime chipotle crema on the side. It'll be delicious.
After the harbour, Laurence takes her pupils off to the local farmers market.
What I'm doing with the Market Forays is it's a cooking class that starts with learning how to shop. So how to shop for fresh produce. So when we go to the farmer's market and you're shopping for strawberries, you know, you don't shop with your eyes, you shop with your nose. You close your eyes and you just kind of sniff until you come close enough, you know, to the ones that really are worth eating. These are not ready to eat. We'll try and find some that are ready, and then you can taste them. Aren't they beautiful? So this is a fruit. It's incredibly sweet. The inside tastes like pineapple, mango, vanilla custard.
Banana. It's so yummy.
It's so delicious. These are called dragon's tongue.
Fantastic. I just ate something that I would never have even picked off the ground, and it tasted like bananas. It was amazing. So this is exciting.
Get your vitamin C straight from the tree. Come and try.
Late season blood oranges. More charred, but there's wonderful berry flavor. I'm going to get some of these. What is this?
Purslane, it's a weed that's a vegetable.
So it's teaching people how to cook with the seasons, how to recognize quality, and then how to play with ingredients. It's a form of cooking that is not technically demanding, but that requires that you always ask for the topmost quality in ingredients. We make a little stop at a chocolate shop just to gather some strength before we go and cook.
We have some with alcohol, some plain truffles. One of the big sellers is the caramel with sea salt on it.
With salt on it?
Yeah. Think of chili flakes and with a little bite of chocolate. That would be delicious.
And then we also go to a little cheese shop that has some wonderful artisan cheeses. How are you? Here's my favorite shop. They opened about 3 years ago. It was the best thing to happen in Santa Barbara for a long time. We're trying a cheese washed in beer. Yeah? Oh, yes. Venture beyond Monterey Jack and Brie. Try something new. It's really that spirit of discovery. I think you see a new food, you go, you know, let's try it. Whereas a lot of Americans see a new food and they go, ooh. And so I'm trying to get people to come across that divide from being afraid of new foods to being excited by new foods.
My cooking world's going to the next level, which I love. I love that.
And so now we're all ready. We've got all our ingredients. We're going to go to the kitchen and roll up our sleeves and start cooking. I think the reason that slow food is catching on, first of all, it tastes good. And I think we can't underestimate the power of that, you know, is that we are sensuous beings. And if you sit at the table and the food tastes good, you're going to want to discover more about it. People have missed real food, especially in the United States. We went to this model of food as strictly utilitarian, you know, as feed the machine. And it doesn't satisfy you, and people got fat and people got sick and they got unhappy and depressed and popping pills. And then all of a sudden, what is the scientific research showing us is that the answer is right there at the farmer's market.
How long did you steam them?
You just want to cook them until they lose that translucence. Let's see how our crab claws are doing. So you can see their color is changing, becoming a lot brighter.
I've learned a lot so far today. I think I'm going to make more of an effort in using the local markets by my house.
I guess, you need water for this. Food is culture. We live at a time where community has largely become virtual. I mean, people meet on the internet, they chat on cell phones, and they hardly spend any time together. And what I'm doing is bringing it back to earth.
The oranges was a neat.
I've never made anything with rose geranium before, so I'm definitely going to try that as well.
I've learned a lot about how to do things more simple, I think. It makes it feel more doable to me.
You're really reviving a way of life. So, cheers everyone. People are looking for a way to reconnect. And so that's what I'm bringing to them. That's why I think it's cutting edge.